The United States women's national soccer team played in their annual She Believes Cup last week, facing a disastrous result as they finished last and only won one game. Jenny joins me at the desk to discuss what's going on coming off the World Cup win with the United States women's national soccer team.
Well, as we know, they won the World Cup in 2015, but after that it's been kind of a weird road where they crashed out of the Olympics in 2016, losing in the quarterfinals, their worst finish ever. And so going into this tournament where they play three of the top teams in the world, they were looking to kind of rebuild and see what they could do to tinker around with some of their lineup decisions. But they've decided to change formation, and what they're using is bad with a capital B. It is just not working at all. They're using an attacking midfielder in defense, only using 3 defenders along with that. So you have an attacking player who has never played defense in her life, playing defense at the national level. You have players who just look completely out of it. And this idea was to create more goals by bringing passing players back. You'd move the ball forward better. They only scored 1 goal in those 3 games that they played. So it's clearly just not working. And you have to question, and a lot of people are, is what is the coach doing? Does she have the stuff to take this team to another World Cup win in 2019?
I mean, coming off the World Cup win, you'd think they would try to, keep the same general team together, same playing strategy, because obviously it worked.
Right.
And
they lost some key players, like Abby Wambach retired, and she's like the leading goal scorer in the entire world in the women's game. So that's a tough person to replace, but the thing is that they have options to replace it. They have Alex Morgan, they have Kristen Press, they brought in some new forwards in Crystal Dunn and Lynn Williams, and this formation that they're using that's supposed to create goals isn't doing it, and they're just not getting anything done in the midfield. They're still playing their same way, but it's like trying to change how they're playing, and they just revert back to the same things, and it's not working.
Well, as Madden said, in order to win, you have to score more points than the other team,
right.
And obviously,
you can't win without goals.
Yeah, you cannot win soccer really without putting the ball in the net. So, looking back, we looked at their past. What is bright about their future?
What's bright about the future, they have some really great young players, and that's one of the things that the U.S. is so great at, is finding these great talents. You have Mallory Pugh, who's only 18 years old. She's going to be playing at UCLA, and she's already playing at the national level, still in college, which is incredible. She looks like a seasoned veteran out there. You have Rose Lavelle, who played in her first game in this tournament and looked like she belonged there and had been there the entire time. So you have these 2 great players who show that they know what they're doing. I said some of the young forwards already, Crystal Dunn and Lynn Williams. So the fact that you have all these really talented players who are playing well in college or playing well in the professional league shows that there's a bright future there, but you have to question whether they're doing the best they can to use that.
So do you see them, turning this around in upcoming tournaments, possibly before the World Cup in 2019?
I think it depends. I think in some cases they're kind of married to this formation a little bit, where they're using 3 at the back. They want to see this work, and I think in some cases a little bit of, we just want this to work, so we're going to make it work, and it's just not going to happen. And so I think that they're going to have to switch it up, because at some point, it just looks like they're not the number 1 team in the world out there. And that's the standard, is to be number 1 in the world. And if they're not doing that, it's just not going to happen.
And they were number 1. Hopefully they can get back to it, figure out what's going on, new system, or maybe by, some hope this system works out. But we'll see. That's all the time we have for soccer. But stay tuned, because Jason will be joined in the lounge to discuss the greatest comebacks of all time.